Tonight, St. Louis police leaders are touting big progress, pointing to fewer murders and a high clearance rate as proof the city is safer. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, is verifying those numbers by putting them through some old school scrutiny, breaking down what they mean and how they are calculated, and where the story gets more complicated.
At a Tuesday press conference,
we had an incredible year.
Police Chief Robert Tracy and Mayor Kara Spencer celebrated a safer St. Louis.
Last year, our homicides were down by a remarkable 45% since the high in 2020, making it the lowest number of homicides since in 12 years.
We can verify that claim is true. 141 murders in 2025 is the low point in the last 12 years.
But it's not just about the murders. It's very important. And having clearance rates where the people are held accountable.
Here, Chief Tracy gives the impression that the homicide clearance rate means killers face justice. But when we sat down with his commander of the homicide division, Lieutenant John Blaskowitz added important context to the clearance rate definition.
If you're asking what needed to be added, how many of these defendants spend time in jail? That's not something we track.
So what does go into a big claim like this?
The national average a couple of years ago was 50% in the United States of clearing homicide cases. We're at 84%.
Clearing homicide cases does not mean convictions. In fact, it doesn't mean prison time or guilty pleas. It doesn't even mean charges were filed. In fact, only 51 of last year's 141 murders resulted in charges, a charging rate of 36%. There's another glaring problem in the flashy statistics. When the chief says this,
we got already an 84% homicide clearance rate.
He's glossing over this: 32 murder cases from years past stuffed into the total of cases that were considered cleared in 2025. If the public only remembered one thing about homicide investigations that doesn't necessarily show up in the stats, what should that be?
Is that I've got detectives here who are pouring their heart and soul into every single one of these cases. Some of them working like they did the other night, 24 hours straight to try to solve a case and put it together.
Police say they are following FBI guidelines used by departments across the country. But even under those rules, a clearance rate does not tell you how many cases were closed.